Hello, Madam Assistant come who African professor, and mom speaks person, chief linguist, African professor and Ekasan, but Madam subscribe, share, hit notification bell, anytime be a new video be about to know in committee. One more time, mom speaks person, chief linguist, African professor and Ekasan, mom subscribe, who share, be part of the African professor and family. Let's all move this conversation together because I have a lot to talk about. It's unfiltered, it's freestyle, and highly informative and insightful. But Madras subscribe, share, like it, let's spread the message in across behalf because I have a lot to talk about. It's freestyle. I talk about a whole range of issues. When you come here, you won't be disappointed. One more time, we African professor, unfiltered, mom spokesperson, with chairman, the chief linguist, Nekasan. And Tina, come on, person, Mimidino, Matudi, Efa. Otumfuo fundraising be making what a friend said. Confanachi Hospital last year, somewhere last year. Them say make a video be bare week I say, bare 2 weeks ago. Now, as usual, now I was talking about the fact that I was trying to highlight on the fact that Otumfuo is the king, the only king in Ghana, that's for sure. And British, everybody globally, and he's recognized as such. Then to be making comment, the only other comment, and I trigger reaction and that's a video and person and the patronic can be said then go to for I say moving na musu king or bag or he no bag or says no other because apparently the patronic making reference to Confanachi fundraising out to for and then a person church in him be so be breaking him baby down to some people are as you almost so much brofu and I say there be a brofu some and so when you use some words they don't even understand it, but they use it anyway. And in the video I made, so particular video, me say, fundraising is not begging. The occupant of the golden stool doesn't beg for money. Fundraising is not begging. The occupant of the golden stool doesn't beg for money. Does not. Otumfuo. What is Kajaso? He doesn't need to beg for money. He doesn't. And sad video here me and I said the title. There's 2 operative keywords. And so we pay attention. One, fundraising, and then 2, begging. Fundraising and begging. That is the foundation of this particular video. And I said this particular topic. I want to try to conceptualize these 2 concepts. Say, fundraising and begging. I just want to explain it because a lot of people, especially in Chrome Ghana, bro, for some years dead because of inferiority complex. I'm not bro, if you say the more I become bro, and now the more I become a renovation and the more can say nipa no number was what timbrofo e akwa we won madio what timbrofo masa I know that China for the developer bukro say country and I'm say I freestyle just I talk about a whole bunch of different stuff even though I have a central thing maybe come when I could say hey China Jambrofo no the developer country a brain critical thinking hard working and we are building a America the same way, Jambrofo the Britain the same way. Kasan is okay, and communication is very, very important. It's an intrinsic part of human condition. That's for sure. But by the point we making it say, Mummy is soon town massa inferiority complex, it meet here 2 months say, bro for some. No be I confuse you, and that's trying to blend fundraising and begging. Say Otumfuo somehow, Otumfuo Kumasi Hospital because what you want. Muna motiwe omosori amaboni trisu ababa yigina body trisu bi ababa. This is say what trans what taking initiative said no. Because hospital is here something region and media, but for the whole nation, it's for the country, a state hospital, public hospital. Ebuegu. Then this is in your first line of defense in terms of health. Bibi two say see ane and sani di uba kwa bridge no. And when you do back confess, you need to see the NHS or kodawa. Near do could war. And to the point we make it say, let's will take that initiative, no get a whole bunch of people done and say, Master, I'm trying to raise raise money to help this cause, to build and also to renovate this hospital. And then go for people that don't want to console your hand, was always got. And and then call begging. That's not begging. And then yeah, public hospital, no, yeah, no, yes, what did he can donate. Obey my help, which is what he was or he's doing. But the first thing you don't quite can answer the year because hospital, the whole nation in idea. Tell me, build that hospital, no, two for crowd, no, 11 years as a 10 years in the 60s, no. Now, two for the 11 years, 61, 60, a build a G, no, go for nothing. None any idea grow ye yare ho nyina ne da ye call the bia bank many ho ama chiri ho ne kotete amango no ne ade the point be making say Kofonochi hospital no see no too for none dia he happened to be the occupant of the golden stool and then the hospital happened to be in Ashanti region but it doesn't belong to Otumfuo enti ono no kwalisikan no de ne wo raise fana eno no chese o beg enti masa wow we making comment and that's sending feedback say your king, king was this kind of no. Asante wasn't begging for money. Well, what is Kejasu? We hear so called begging for money. That you catch a fundraising. Let me conceptualize these terms: fundraising and begging. Fundraising, a process be, and I say yes, it's a process. I say, who solicit you ask for some money, you solicit for donation or contribution for a giving or for a specific cause, for specific reasons. And this one, Asante, a noble reason for specific or noble reason. Otumfuo, not of raising fund just to help this hospital because it's all crumbled from within. And hospital is several almost all the northern sector of Ghana. And they will go also take Kumasi. And you sorry, you're born to so 240 Kumasi now hospital ne bubuagu. Nese or mobilize or take that leadership you say or bois or fundraising or performance. Now contributions near the idea scaffold be pray Asante for the outside near said by ya you bet when you sky I build there. And only the no one says this guy begging for some money and then they say who says ska for charity now wow the a use for your own self. Not for the larger community and not for the whole society and not the whole community. What did Jiska now quite a show bottom and that's what do you know you know ma and then say no girlfriends. And that's what pretending said yeah he also consists Jiska. Now the what you soon on yourself and they're begging. But what Otumfuo was doing was a fundraising. Fundraising in the way said it has you have a specific cause and that's a specific reason. Just say it's mostly often it's a noble cause. It's something that it will help the whole community, the whole society, larger society. Now, and this is subject to accountability and to be raising fund for something. So, okay, maybe you just could see hospital. This will be a baby bear 2 years, 5 years. Now, yeah. A month for bit my blue side. Hey, there's so many castle the year. You who the adina see accountability. You have to account for that money. And to another fundraising, but unlike fundraising, begging here, you will be persistent. Sky, from panhandlers and as a panhandle and these street beggars. Oh no, was this sky for on 117? A did 10 years, crown. We think could be some scanner, UGG, and Adian Adekoye. I mean, he's not accountable to anything. Adia Bachino Sajiraho, the Bia Omo Kroma, Kajitianunia, the Oma, Omisha scan, the Bia Moma. For that's not what he's doing. And he has a fundraising and the beggar. There's a big, veritable chasm, and that's the difference between the two. And you know what Ghana brought for some, and then I racing contemporary, blah 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 blah, and I'm what Ghana. It'll be clone to Quando, not about what Trinity, Jakunta Badi, but that a Diakasias, Jagwadi, the DND, they are to bro for DB cry, any mini Biania, or Bakacha and Bassa, Koshiana, a brand, I say. Ajua, Kosan go get me some water. Go bring me there. Now, bro, for somebody a inferiority complex. I talk ya dream your DNA and your subconscious right here. And also so sorry I was bro for you. And be no kind of Musa Terrari or Pama bro for you. I know my own video or Pama bro for you. As a mother, we are there, bro for you. From frying pan to fire. It's in America say, just say hypocrisy in it, say misunderstanding of words, and I say missing of words because there's a big difference. Tell you, there's a big difference between begging and fundraising. What tell you one more time, mean can be Eti wajina yes, Otumfuo the first. Now even cry, let's assume so Otumfuo is this car. And it takes away the fact that you can't. What is the point? I say, oh, common sense, It's not that common. I'm not even going to use critical thinking because a lot of people, it's so hard because common sense, it's not that common. Because common sense, it has a very deep conceptual underpinnings and I say foundations. As I say, it's so deep. A lot of people can get it. Even though say we call it common, it's not that common because common can go for me say, or hearing watch this guy. First of all, the guy or he wasn't begging for some money. It was fundraising. And it has, see and they are for and I say, come baby scano. You want to say bottom, come say scandia and the alcohol for nature. You see a lot of improvement. Dramatic improvement at the Confidential Hospital. That is what we call accountability. Because when the panic is kind of one version, but because what is scheduled, he doesn't need that. What's this scarf by him? Oh, and on one fantasy can Kumasi hospital. Namusaria, Namusa, dinner time, and when I say, Master, King Ghana, Motiwa, Britain for, and qua Britain, King Charles, and then Buffalo King Elizabeth. Mamma Castle, wouldn't be said, Prince Charles, no, that's a King Charles, or no crown, government, Britain government, every year, Biano, they support them financially. So, as I think, or 241, government money is every year, Biano, government, taxes, no crop, almost all the command. And I'm more expected to say, on a conference, MAC Confidential Hospital, and fund renovate you into a fundraising as support to her, and only the bag, and I can see common sense, critical thinking, it's the people, a lot of people like it, and it did it's so unfortunate, it's so sad. So to the chance, and yet true said Otumfuo was begging for some money. He was fundraising, and the fundraising is a way of asking for voluntary contribution, that's a donation for a given or for a specific cause. And in this case, there's cause, the specific reason, and I said, Confidential renovation hospital to, finance the hospital construction, and I said, for modern equipment, the medical facilities, said by your meeting, help the Nipa area, all the northeast sector of Ghana. That was the cause. And then now teacher now say begging masa why can you and a brofuna mutiwa mo German something brofun. You just use the word just like that. You don't even understand the concept. You can't even now you see words know how to conceptualize those terms. And I said those words it's hard to come but you use it anyway. The movie I know at the brofuna and respiration contemplate and the masa. Munya so from kana Britain for no chrome dome brofubano or munche ho nye yon I something said in presumption self. For the first say Otumfuo ever come for noche. No reason fund doesn't mean say he was begging for some money. He wasn't begging for some money. It was fundraising. And there's a big difference between begging for some money. Who beg here? Who says his car? Who stressed for your own self, selfish needs, just to spend on yourself. What Otumfuo was doing was fundraising. That's the difference. Or he wasn't asking for some money to use on himself. He has his own money. And then on Kumasi can also the Confidential Hospital because Confidential Hospital it doesn't belong to Menchia Palace. It belongs to the whole country. Oh, and the government almost support to Menchia Palace financially because and conform year more when you know to for so many so where did money come from? On Fancy can inquire on. Now can say Britain king all the financial every year be a free BB sovereign grant. And every 5 years, we renew. And there's a sovereign granting, and the support to a friend say British monarchy. Now, woman support to crowd, but over £80 million a year. Every 5 years, we are renew. Now, Ghana, me person or here Ghana, you support government supporting financial space or two for. Musaya man no ma didi ni pata wan so muni mu hui so adwan and mudwa no bi ko tira bi no sua ayi tifie no checheche brofo ni ada so bete brofo no omo misuse concept ni terms ni ada ti pesa mu kira one oni ya no a me make video bi a say Otumfuo nyo hin to your hin go begging for scan me pesa mu kira say Otumfuo was not begging for some money. There's a difference between fundraising and begging for some money. Who beg is car? You use that often, you use that money on yourself, and there's no lack of accountability on that part. But when it comes to fundraising, accountability, then you build some kind of, connection and that's a relationship with your donors. And it can be every now and then they can come and support. It happens over here in America. Fundraising, it happens all the time. Even schools, no cry endowment fund, it's a part of fundraising. Harvard, Yale University, schools, university, they have endowment fund. I know people donate money into it as a form of fundraising. They're not begging for some money. Maza, Munchina Ghana on a woman with some table for some money, Munimu, Bebre, Munimu, and we got Tikuma person do one more time. But say, fundraising is not begging. The occupant of the golden stool doesn't beg for some money. Subscribe, share with friends and family, and I'll talk to you another time. Have a good day. Bye.